everyone, this is Erin with Five Parks Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. Today's class is being filmed at La Islita with the beautiful ocean in the background, so I hope you enjoy the view. Just a reminder that I have a yoga retreat coming up April 7th through the 13th, 2018. So I hope you can join me for that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All right, today's class is going to be focusing on twisting and binding. If binding is in your practice, I will offer that up as an option. And we will actually start today laying down on our backs. So come onto your back. You can bring your legs either straight out like Shavasana legs, or feel free to bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly legs to open the hips and the inner thighs. And then we'll start with a little bit of breathing before we begin to move. So feel free to rest your arms down alongside your body, or you can take one hand to your heart and one hand to your low belly. And let's start with a cleansing breath. So breathe in through your nose, fill all the way up, hold it at the top, and then let it go through your mouth. Big open mouth, exhale. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose and start to focus on the length, the depth, and the quality of your breath. Take this moment to set an intention for your practice. So just bringing to your mind something that you are hoping to get out of this time on your mat. It can be something physical, something mental, something emotional, something spiritual. One more breath here. Continue to breathe deeply in and out through your nose, and go ahead and just gather your knees in toward your chest. Just a nice loose squeeze. It doesn't need to be a tight squeeze. And take your knees and draw circles in one direction, massaging out your low back. Then go ahead and reverse the direction of your circles. And then come back to center and extend your left leg long on your mat. Take your hands, interlace your fingers around your right knee. Draw your right knee to the right and up toward your right shoulder. Elbows come in and down toward your mat. Flex all 10 toes back toward both knees. So you're really active in your feet and your arms here. Feel that nice deep compression in your right hip. Take one more breath here. And then for our first twist of the day, go ahead and relax the grip on your right knee and draw it across your body to the left. You can extend your right arm to the right, either in a goalpost shape or straight out to a capital T shape. Begin to press your right shoulder down onto your mat as you draw your right knee further to the left. And then come back to center. One little squeeze here of your right knee, and then switch sides. So extend your right leg long on your mat. Draw your left knee in toward your chest. So interlace your hands around your knee. Draw your knee to the left and up toward your shoulder. Then flex your feet. Draw your elbows in and down toward your mat. So you feel a deep compression in your left hip. And take that left knee, relax your grip. Bring it across your body to the right. And then go ahead and extend your left arm either to goalpost or T with your palm facing down. And then press your left shoulder down onto your mat as you draw your right knee further, or your left knee further to the right. And come on back to center. This time we're going to take a tight squeeze of the knees. So you can start to reach opposite hand toward opposite wrist or elbow. Press low back down. Squeeze your knees in tightly toward your chest. Take one more breath here. And relax the grip on your knees. Gently roll back and forth the length of your spine 3 times. So a little massage for your back. And then after your third roll, we'll all meet in a tabletop position. So just cross over your ankles. Place your shoulders right over your wrists and your hips right over your knees. Spread your hands nice and wide. And then let's continue to warm up the spine with some cats and cows. So as you breathe in, drop your belly down. Lift the crown of your head and your tailbone, and as you breathe out, round your spine for cat pose. Start to match your breathing to your movements. So take the entire length of your inhale and your exhale to move from one position to the other. So you're warming up the front and the back side of your body. Okay, so one more of each. So one more round, one more cow, one more cat, and then we'll meet back in tabletop position. All right, so moving into thread the needle, this is a nice gentle twist for your upper spine. Go ahead and lift your left arm up. Keep your right hand planted, look up towards your fingertips, and then slide your left arm behind your right. Come on to the back of your left shoulder and your left ear. Keep your hips high. And then on your next big breath in, unwind, lift your left arm up. And then option here for our first half bind, you can reach your left hand towards your right hip. Take hold of your shirt or rest it on your back. And then if your neck is healthy and it feels good to you, you can gently release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Get a nice stretch on the left side of your neck. And then unwind. So lift your left arm up, release, and switch sides. So reach your right arm up, slide your right arm behind your left, come onto your right shoulder and your right ear, but keep your hips high. Rest your head down on your mat so you don't have any tension in your neck. And then breathe in, unwind from your twist, and then take a half bind here. So reach your right hand toward your left hip, roll your right shoulder open, and then if you'd like to, gently release your left ear toward your left shoulder. Just get a nice stretch the right side of your neck. Then release your right arm, come back to tabletop position. And let's take child's pose to stretch the hips. So bring your knees wide, big toes to touch, hips to your heels, and start to walk your hands forward. Rest your forehead down on your mat and take 3 breaths in your child's pose. Complete your exhale, walk your hands back and make your way to downward facing dog. So take your hands to shoulder distance apart, your feet to hip distance apart. Look back towards your toes, so release any tension in your neck. You should be able to wobble your head out. Start to pedal your legs, so bending and straightening one leg at a time, stretching out your calves and your ankles. Check in with your hands, make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide. And take one more breath in this first downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna twist our down dog. So take your feet, walk them 1 foot step forward and together. This is kind of a balance too. So you're just shortening your down dog. Keep your right hand on the mat and then take your left hand, reach it towards your right ankle. Take hold of your ankle or your calf. Start to draw your left elbow to the left and look out underneath your right shoulder. So you have a nice twist in your spine as you stretch out your hamstrings. And then let's switch sides. So take your left hand back to your mat, take your right hand to your left ankle or calf. Start to draw your right elbow to the right. Look out underneath your left arm. And release, come back to a nice long down dog. So separate your feet, walk them back. And let's take three-legged dog. So lift your right leg up. And for the hip opener, begin to stack your right hip on top of your left. Bend your leg and feel the stretch in the right side of your body, the opening in your right hip flexor. And then straighten out your leg, level your hips, release your right foot to your mat, and switch sides. So lift your left leg up, begin to stack your left hip on top of your right, bend your left leg. Feel the stretch along your entire left side, opening up your left hip flexor. And go ahead and straighten it out, level your hips, release your left foot down, and walk your feet toward the front of your mat. Bend your legs a lot and make your way to ragdoll. So you can rest your torso on your thighs, take opposite hand to opposite elbow, let your head dangle and start to sway side to side. So once again, you can bend and straighten one leg at a time. As you continue to open up your hamstrings. Take one more breath here. Release your hands down towards your mat. On your next breath in, begin to straighten your legs a little bit more. Lengthen your spine, halfway lift. Reach the crown of your head forward. And then exhale to forward fold. This time we're working in the direction of straighter legs. It's fine if they're not straight yet. Just feel that nice stretch in the backs of both legs. And then two more times, breathe in, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Let each fold come a little bit deeper. One more, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Now bring your big toes to touch, tiny little space between your heels. Bring your right hand out in front of you. It can either be on a block or the floor or your shins. And then we're gonna twist. So try to keep your hips level. As you twist from the base of your spine, lift your left arm up. Maybe look up if you feel balanced. And release, and we'll switch sides. So bring your left hand to the floor, shin or a block. Lift your right arm up. And release. On your next breath in, come all the way up to tall mountain. Reach your arms up overhead. And then as you breathe out, cactus your arms. So stretch the front of your chest, open up your shoulders, breathe into tall mountain. And then exhale, come off to the left. So you're gonna slide your left hand down your left leg, side bend for side moon pose. And come all the way back up. And then switch sides. So slide your right arm down your right leg, all the way back up. And one more twist from here. Go ahead and reach your left arm forward, right arm back. And again, you're just twisting your spine. So try to keep your hips level. It's core strengthener here. Back to center, we'll switch sides. Right arm forward, left arm back, but keep your hips facing forward to the best of your ability. Come on back to center, breathe in. And then exhale, hinge from your hips, come all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands on your mat, step back to high plank and hold your high plank either with knees on or off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift forward, elbows draw back and in. Lower down to the floor, nice and slow. Take the tops of your feet flat to the floor for cobra pose. Draw your elbows in. Inhale, peel your chest up off the floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. And last time, peel your chest up off the floor. Inhale, now hold it. See if you can lift your hands up off the floor. Again, elbows draw in and back for 3, 2, 1. Now take your hands out, elbows slightly bent, tent your fingertips on the floor. Lift up a little bit higher, so press some weight into your hands. And then take your right shoulder, dip it in, look to the left. Come back to center. And switch sides, look to the right. Feel that stretch in your shoulder, feel that twist in your spine. Come all the way back up. And then exhale, release. Place your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck all 10 toes under, press up high plank, and back to downward facing dog. All right, take a deep breath in downward facing dog, in and out through your nose. We're gonna continue to warm up the body with some sun salutation. So working breath to movement, you can kind of work at your own pace. I'll just guide you through our sun salutation. So look toward your hands, step, walk, float to the front of your mat. Breathe out to fold. Big breath in, tall mountain, rise up. And then on our exhale, we're gonna go straight back to forward fold. So you can hinge from your hips, reach your arms either off to the side or through heart center, your choice. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out to fold. Plant your hands on your mat, step back, high plank pose, and then exhale either to your belly or halfway down, chaturanga. Low push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. One breath in and out through your nose. Look toward your hands, step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, standing forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk, float back, high plank to low plank. So you can kind of make this movement your own, make any modifications or adjustments that you need. Inhale is upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath. I'm gonna do 3 more rounds, so look toward your hands. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Tall mountain, rise up. Forward fold. Monkey. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Toward your hands, come to the front of your mat as you breathe in. Fold as you breathe out. Tall mountain, big breath in. Forward fold, exhale. Monkey, inhale. And chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog. Back to down dog, one breath, and the last one is on your own, so listen to your breath as you flow through your movements. Take 3 breaths in, downward dog or child's pose. Then we're going to continue to move on through a sequence of standing postures, again, just emphasizing and focusing on twisting. So really working with our alignment in our twists. On your next breath in, lift your right leg up behind you, 3-legged dog, and step your foot between your hands. I'm gonna start with crescent moon pose here. So drop your left knee down toward the floor, lift your arms up overhead. Go ahead and connect the palms of your hands, cross your thumbs, and then take your thumbs to the back of your head. So stretch for the backs of your arms. Go ahead and begin to lift your elbows up and back. A little mini back bend here. And then come all the way back up. Separate your hands, lift them straight up overhead. And for 2 side bends, take your right hand to the right first. It could be on a block or the floor. And just side bend to the right. Quick little stretch here. Come back to center. Side bend to the left. And back to center, both arms up overhead. Release your hands down towards your mat. Begin to straighten your right leg. This is half splits pose. Fold over your right leg. Option to flex your toes back and just experiment with that stretch. And then make your way all the way back to a low lunge position. So tuck your toes under, lift your left knee up off the floor, and then bring both arms up overhead for crescent lunge pose. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Find a nice low lunge in your front leg. Take 1 more breath here. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart, and we're gonna take a twist. So bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. You can hook it there. Press the palms of your hands together. Deepen into your twist as you draw your sternum toward your thumbs and your thumbs toward your sternum. On your next breath in, unwind from your twist. Lift your arms up overhead. And then make your way to warrior two pose. So drop your left heel down to the floor. Bring your arms parallel to the earth. Soft gaze across your front fingertips for 3 more breaths. Complete your exhale. As you breathe in, reverse your warrior. So slide your left hand down your left leg. Reach up and back. This is a side bend, so feel the opening in your right side. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Both hands to the floor. Step back, high plank to low plank if you'd like, or you can just step back to down dog. So we'll flow between our series of postures, and it's always optional if your arms get tired and doing chaturangas. Let's take those poses on the other side. So lift your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot between your hands. Take your right knee down onto the floor. For crescent moon pose, lift your arms up, connect the palms of your hands, switch the cross of your thumbs. Take your thumbs to the back of your head. Little mini back bend here as you lift your elbows up, maybe lift your gaze. Back to center, lift your arms up overhead. Let's take those side bends. So left hand to a block or the floor. Side bend, reaching your right arm up and over. Back to center. Switch sides, right hand to the floor. And back to center. Both hands to the floor now. Straighten your left leg for half splits pose. So you can start to fold over your left leg. Option to flex your foot back if you want to feel the stretch in your Achilles tendon in the back of your calf. And then make your way forward, low lunge. So lifting your back knee up off the floor. Make sure your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Lift your arms up, crescent lunge. Just hold it for 1 breath here, settling into a nice low lunge in that front leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart, twist to the left. So right elbow can hook to the outside of your left knee. Start to press your palms together. Lengthen your spine as you twist from the base of your spine all the way up. Big breath in, unwind your twist. Reach your arms up so you return to crescent lunge. And then warrior two, plant your heel down on the floor. Arms parallel to the earth. Gaze out across your front fingertips for 3 breaths. Deep, slow, steady inhales and exhales through your nose. Reverse warrior, slide your right arm down your back leg. Stretch through your left side. Low lunge. Make your way back to down dog. High plank to low plank if you'd like. All right, so look toward your hands, step walk or float to the front of your mat. On your inhale, come to chair pose. You're gonna bend your legs, lift your arms up, keep your hips low, take the weight back into your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes, you should be able to see your toes. Okay, a couple deep twists here. So breathe in. As you exhale, hands to your heart, twist to the right. Once again, you can hook your elbow to the outside of your right knee. We're gonna hold for 3 breaths. Try to keep your knees in line with one another and keep your hips low. 1 more breath. Come back to center as you breathe in. Big breath out, twist. Right elbow, left knee. Breathe in, back to center. Exhale, balanced chair. So reach your arms back, lift your heels up. Drinking bird pose. Okay, big breath in, tall mountain. Breath to movement here. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Step back, high plank. Lower down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Now we're going to start flowing through these poses that we've done, and we'll be adding on. So lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. So right hand either to the floor or a block, or right elbow to right knee, left arm reaches up. Exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle. So straighten your right leg, slide your left arm down your back leg, reach up and back, and then triangle pose. So bring your arms parallel, reach forward with your right hand, and then right hand either shin, block, or the floor, left arm up. So this time we've got our front leg straight. One more breath. Okay, come up to 5-pointed star. So both toes are gonna point slightly out, arms reach up, palms face out. Exhale, prayer squat. Hold here with your hands at heart center. One more breath. Sink a little bit lower as you exhale. Inhale, 5-pointed star. And then exhale, bring your heels behind your toes, hinge from your hips. Standing straddle splits, come all the way down. Okay, we're gonna take a posture called egg beater pose. It's a very deep twist. So you can experiment with the length of your stance, but I would recommend shortening your stance a little bit. Continue to keep your heels behind your toes. You're gonna take your right hand to your left ankle. Slide your left arm behind your right arm towards your right ankle. So here again, this is where you might wanna shorten your stance so you can take hold of your ankles. All right, now we're gonna get really twisty. So what you're gonna do is start drawing your elbows away from your ankles. Look out underneath your right arm as you look toward your right foot. It's a good one. It's a very twisty, interesting pose. All right, come back to center. Switch the cross of your arms. So now your left arm goes on top. All right, draw your elbows towards your ankles. Start to look out underneath your left foot, or your left arm toward your left foot. Deep twist in the spine. Very nice. Back to center. Release your arms. Come up, 5-pointed star. Ooh, okay. And warrior two to the front of your mat. We're gonna flow back to down dog. So reverse your warrior. Low lunge. High plank. Low plank. Or dog and downward dog. Again, always optional here. Okay, look toward your hands. Come to the front of your mat. And forward fold. Inhale, chair, breath to movement. Exhale, twist to the right. So you're just gonna kind of more like tap your elbow this time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, tap. Twist to the left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, tall mountain. Twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Feel your core working. Inhale to tall mountain, exhale, twist. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Make your way back to downward facing dog. And to the left side, so lift your left leg up. Step forward. Low lunge, crescent lunge. Twist, hands to heart center. Right elbow, left knee. Crescent lunge. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Make your way to side angle pose, and we'll hold it the first time. Either elbow to knee or hand to the block or the floor. Reach your right arm up, hold here for another breath. Okay, reverse triangle. So straighten your left leg, slide your right hand down your back leg in preparation for triangle pose. Reach your left arm forward, hinge forward. Left hand to shin, block, or floor. Right arm up. And use your core, 5-pointed star. Lift up, nice, long, straight spine. Exhale, hands to your heart. Prayer squat. Now, take your hands to your knees. Thumbs face in. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. Look to the right. Sink low in your legs. Back to center, twist. Look to the left. Sink low in your hips. Back to center. Bring your shoulders back over your hips, hands to your heart. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5-pointed star. Heels behind your toes again for standing straddle splits. Hinge from your hips. We're going to take a different twist this time. So go ahead and take one breath in standing straddle splits as your head dangles down toward the floor. Now, nice halfway lift, kind of like you're doing a monkey pose. Lengthen your spine. Keep your right hand on the floor. Just like we did at the beginning of class, focus on keeping your hips level where they are. You're twisting from the base of your spine. Lift your left arm up. Maybe look up. Exhale, release, and switch sides. Try to keep your hips level to the best of your ability. Lift your right arm up, twisting from the base of your spine. And release. Rise up to 5-pointed stars, so toes point out. Lift your arms up, palms face out. Back to down dog, so take a warrior 2 at the front of your mat. Reverse warrior. And flow, breath to movement, low lunge. High plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Take a little active rest here, so look toward your hands. Step or float your feet to the outside of both hands for malasana. Come down into a nice deep squat to stretch your hips and your low back. Hands, palms come together, hands to your heart if that's accessible to you. Take one more breath here, holding your squat, and then we're going to take it into a twist. Shocker, I know. All right, right hand is going to come to the floor, out past your right knee, and then lift your left arm up. Now you can hold here in this twist, or if you'd like to bind, that's an option as well. So you'll take your left hand toward your right hip, or maybe bind both arms around your right knee. Kind of a big movement, so don't be discouraged if it's not accessible for you. Just kind of work into some binds here. So unwind from your twist and switch sides. Take your left hand down toward the floor. Right arm reaches up. You can stay here or you can bind. Half bind, right hand toward left hip, or full bind, both arms reaching around your left knee. Unbind, unwind, come back to center. Hands to your heart for one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Okay, from here, plant your hands on the floor. If you want to practice a little chaturanga jump back, this is a good place to practice it from. You just shoot your legs straight out behind you. Hold your up dog to stretch your hip flexors out after that deep hip opener in malasana. Take one more breath here. Back to downward facing dog. One more breath here. In preparation for one more time through our flow with binding options. So look toward your hands, come to the front of your mat, and fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, twist. Just tap your elbow to your knee. Use your core strength to make that twist deep. Come back to center and switch sides. Nice strong core. Back to center. Drinking bird, lift your heels, reach your arms back. Come on up to tall mountain. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Tall mountain. Switch sides. Keep your hips pointing forward. Back to center. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift to chaturanga. Forward facing dog. Make your way back to downward facing dog, and we're gonna keep on moving. So lift your right leg up. Step forward, low lunge pose. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale to twist. Now pause here in your twist. I'm gonna give you a couple of options. Woo. You can hold your hands as they are, or you can take your left hand to the floor, right arm to the ceiling. Last option is either half or full bind, right hand toward left hip, or both hands bind around your right leg. Again, a very, very deep twist. One more inhale and one more exhale. If you're bound, unbind, unwind, come to crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane pose this time. So we're gonna start balancing. So lift your left leg up off the floor, reach your arms back. Okay, so moving from airplane pose to warrior three. Bring your hands to heart center, find arrow mudra, shoot your arms straight forward. It's a big arm strengthener here. For 3, 2, 1, bring your hands back to your heart. Step your left foot back behind you. And inhale to crescent lunge. So reach your arms up. Exhale, warrior two, just for an exhale breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, side angle. Okay, so side angle, option to bind if you want. So either left hand toward right hip or both arms around right leg. Only if you can continue to keep your spine nice and long, and you can open your left shoulder so your chest shines to the side. If you're bound, unbind. Our release is reverse triangle pose. So straighten your right leg, reach back, and instead of triangle this time, we're gonna take half moon pose. So take a slight bend to your right leg and balance, lifting your left leg up off the floor. Your hips and your shoulders are open to the side. All right, I'm gonna take this into a twist. So bring your left hip, level it with your right, left hand to the floor. For revolved half moon, lift your right arm up. Just facing the other side, very challenging posture. Try to keep your hips level here. Make your way back to half moon. So right hand to the floor, open your hips again. Lift your left arm up and make your way to prayer squat. So step lightly, bring your hands to your heart, sink down into your hips. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, standing straddle splits, come all the way down and hold it. Just enjoy this inversion, let your heart slow down. One more inhale and exhale. All right, again, come into that halfway lift position. So your spine is nice and long. And then take your right toes to the right and side lunge onto your right leg, Skandasana. Good. And then option here for a twist, if you'd like to try it, just take your right hand to the floor, kind of like it's like a half malasana, and then lift your left arm up. Twisting in your spine, lengthening your left side. Release from your twist. You're gonna come onto your right leg, so you're in a low lunge. Okay, this is kind of a tricky posture, so listen to me as I guide you through it. Take your right toes out to an angle to the right. Take the outside of your left foot to the floor. Keep your left hand on the floor. Reach your right arm back to your left foot. Okay, so you're dipping your hip down, twisting in your spine, stretching through your left side. Good. Come back, Low lunge to the front of your mat, very nice. And then high plank through chaturanga, back to down dog. One more breath here. We'll take those poses on the other side with binding options. Okay, so lift your left leg up. Step it forward, low lunge pose. Crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale to twist. Okay, so again, you can hold here in your twist with your hands at heart center, or you can open your arms, reaching your right hand down and left arm up. Half bind or full bind around your left leg is an option. Last breath here. All right, unwind from your twist and return to crescent lunge, and we're gonna balance on our left leg now. So coming into airplane pose. Reach your arms back, right leg straight out behind you, active through your foot. Good. Bring your hands to your heart, find arrow mudra in your hands, warrior 3. Arms come straight out in front of you. Okay, strengthening your shoulders and your biceps, your upper back. Okay, bring your hands back to your heart. Step your right foot down, lift up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2, reverse warrior, and extended side angle. Hold here, extended side angle, or half bind, or full bind underneath your left leg. Continue to open your chest to the side, stretching through your shoulders. Okay, if you're bound, unbind. Your release is reverse triangle. So come on back in preparation for half moon pose. So slight bend to your left leg. You're gonna balance on your left leg. Lift your right leg up and keep your hips open. Moving to revolved half moon. Breathe in here. Exhale, level your hips, right hand to the floor. Inhale, keep your hips level and lift your left arm up. Release your left hand down. Good. Return to half moon pose. And we're making our way to prayer squat. So stepping lightly on your mat, bring your hands to your heart, sink down to your squat, rise up, reach up, breathe in, standing straddle splits, heels behind your toes, come all the way down. Hold here, release your spine, let your head be nice and heavy, let your breathing slow down. Last breath in this position. Okay, extend your spine long. Nice flat back here. Take your left toes, point them to the left. Skandasana to the left. So side lunge onto your left leg. Okay, an option for the twist if you want. So you'll take your left hand down to the floor, to the outside of your left knee, and then reach your right arm up. Feel that twist in your spine, nice stretch in your right side. Release from your twist. Low lunge to the front of your mat. So you're on your left leg. Now we're gonna take that funky twist here. So take your left toes, continue to angle them out to the left. Come onto your right outer edge of your foot and right hand, sink your hips down and reach your left hand back towards your right foot. So you should feel this nice opening on your right side, your hip, your glute. Very nice, come back to center. Low lunge, make your way high plank, chaturanga, up dog and down dog if you would like. Complete your exhale. Okay, we're just gonna do a couple of core work activities. So shift forward first to high plank. We're gonna come into side plank. So Reach your right arm up, roll to your left side. Okay, now remember, modification for side plank is either foot to the floor or knee to the floor. But we're gonna take a little twisting action here. So breathe in. Exhale, slide your right arm underneath your side and reach toward the other side of your mat. Twist. Okay, so inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. And again. We're doing 5, so this is 3, 4, and last one. Reach, twist as far and deep as you can. Extend up to side plank again. Exhale, plank pose and downward facing dog. And I promise we'll do the other side in a moment, but for now, look toward your hands, come through to boat pose. So maybe float your feet through. Lift your legs up, extend your arms forward and hold it. So options for boat, hands behind your legs, legs bent, legs straight. Just keep your chest lifted. One more breath here. Okay, to strengthen your sides, take your hands to arrow mudra, kick your toes to the left and your hands to the right. So twist. A strong side here. Back to center, switch. Come back to center, release your hands, inhale, exhale to hover, feet and shoulders over the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hug your knees into your chest, lay down. We are going to take either half or full belly twisting pose. So for half, you keep your legs at 90 degrees, arms out to capital T, and you're gonna twist to the right. For full belly twisting pose, take your legs up toward the sky and take straight legs to the right. If you want to, or if it's accessible, you might be able to bind, taking your right hand to your left foot, and then look over your left shoulder. You're in a very deep twist, so breathe deeply into your low belly. So feel it expand and contract as you breathe in and out through your nose for one more breath. Okay, with your bent or straight legs, come back to center and switch. So legs to the left, gaze to the right. If you can reach your right foot, you can bind with your left hand and look toward the right. Deep breaths into your low belly, in and out through your nose. Come back to center with either your bent or straight legs. Bring your knees into your chest, just a little loose squeeze here, just like we did at the beginning of class. 3 rocks, the length of your spine through chaturanga if you want to jump back. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog, whatever variation you choose. Okay. As promised, go ahead and shift forward to high plank. Keep your right hand on the floor. Open up to the side, lift your left arm up. Bump your hips up a little bit higher, and now we're gonna do our twist and reach. So left hand slides underneath your right side as far back as you can get to the other edge of your mat for 5. So breathe in and twist. This is, for me, this is 2. You might be done, that's fine. And 1. Reach up, return to high plank and down dog. 1 breath. And look toward your hands, step or float to boat. It's our last push for our core. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now 5 times, high to low. 5. Very nice. All right, one roll along the length of your spine back through chaturanga. If you want, to down dog. One more breath here. Okay, this is our last push for our standing postures. We're going to do some balance and twisting. So lift your right leg up, step forward, crescent lunge, airplane. So we're just flowing through these postures. Standing staff, left leg comes forward. Now you have the option of a bent or a straight leg. We're going to take this into a twist, okay? So either with your leg bent, you're going to take your right hand to your left knee, you're going to twist from here. If you want to try and extend your leg, you're going to take your right hand, take hold of the outer edge of your left foot, start to extend it straight, twisting from here. Okay, listen to the release. We're coming from here. Ooh, the wind is blowing me over, that's my excuse. To half moon. So see if you can float your leg back. Right hand comes to the floor. All right. And a light step to squat with hands at heart center. Okay. Lift your right heel up, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Left heel up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 5-pointed star. Warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Reverse triangle. Here's our change. Core triangle. Right hand parallel to the earth with your palm facing up. Left hand as if you're holding a ball right above your right hand, and hold it. Strengthening your core, especially your sides. Good. Reverse triangle. So just stretch it back. Low lunge. Make your way to down dog. Very nice. This is your last push. So balancing on the other side, lift your left leg up. Let's flow through. So step forward, crescent lunge, airplane, staff. Standing on your left foot, right leg either bent or straight. Okay, and you can twist from a bent or a straight leg. For the straight leg option, you take your left hand to the outside of your right foot and begin to extend it, twisting from the base of your spine. Nice, slow, steady breaths. Focus. Keep your gaze steady, your breathing smooth. Okay, so try it out. Transition to half moon. Take it nice and slow as you float your left hand down toward the floor, your right leg out behind you. Okay. And step lightly to prayer squat. Good. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle. Core triangle on the other side. Bring your arm parallel to the earth, palm faces up, right arm reaches up like you're holding a ball. Stay nice and long, don't collapse through your side. It's a hard posture, so breathe steady through your nose. Reverse your triangle. Stretch out through your left side as you lean back. Low lunge. Make your way to down dog. All right, let's all shift forward to a high plank position and lower to the count of 5 onto your belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a nice twist and shoulder opener here. Keep your left hand where it is. Extend your right arm long. Palm faces down. You are rolling towards your right arm. Left leg is going to come up and over, stamp it to the floor, and then take your right ear and rest it on the floor. Finish your exhale here and switch sides. So you're gonna roll through center. Bring your right hand back underneath your right shoulder and extend your left arm to the left. Palm faces down, roll towards your left arm. Right foot comes up and over, ear rests heavy on your mat. Come back to center. One last spine strengthener here. So bring your feet to mat distance apart. Bring your arms off to the side and tent your fingertips. As you breathe in, lift everything up off the floor. Take your hands to the height of the top of your head. Press through the balls of your feet, strengthening your entire backside of your body. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, release your right ear to your mat and your arms alongside your body and rest. Bring your chin back to center. Our big back bend of the day is floor bow. So bend both legs, reach your hands around for the outer edges of both feet. Try to draw your knees back in line with your hips. Okay, and the action here is to kick your feet into your hands and let that lift you up. So as your torso and your legs lift off the mat, continue to kick your feet into your hands, creating a deeper back bend here. Last breath in. Rest your opposite ear to your mat. So extend your legs and your arms straight. Close your eyes, breathe softly here. Just feel your heart beating on the floor. Listen to the sound of your breath going in and out through your nose. Let's counterpose that back bend with a child's pose. So go ahead and take your hands underneath your shoulders. Press back, hips to heels. Rest your forehead down on your mat. Walk your hands up. So a couple more postures. We're gonna take some seated stretches with bind and twist options. So come on to your seat. First posture we're gonna take, begin to extend your right leg to the right and take your left foot to your right inner thigh. So we'll take the forward bend first and then we'll take the twist. So go ahead and face your right toes and you can walk your hands forward towards your foot. It's fine if it doesn't reach your foot, and just continue to drive your chest towards your toes. Last breath here. Come out of this fold. Keep your leg extended and you're going to twist now. So take your shoulders, face your left knee Take your right hand to your left knee. Now, you can keep your hand here. If that's not accessible, no worries. Okay, and you're gonna reach your left arm towards your right toes. So the other option is to take your forearm to the floor. And it's fine if your hand doesn't reach your toes. Most importantly, stay lengthened through your left side. Try not to reach your toes by collapsing your shoulder down. This is a side bend and a twist. Okay, release from your side bend. We're gonna move into half lord of the fishes, nice deep twist from this position. So you're just gonna rotate your left knee toward the front of your mat and then take your right foot up and over, stamp it to the floor. We're twisting toward our knee, so you can hold on to your knee with your arm, or you can hook your elbow to the outside of your knee, or you can bind underneath your right leg. So lots of options here. Most importantly though, in your twist, whatever option you're taking, keep your shoulders over your hips. So try to avoid getting deeper into the twist by rounding your shoulders. Instead, stay nice and long. Like I said, in our full belly twisting posture, breathe deeply into your belly in this deep twist. So feel it expand and contract as you breathe in and out through your nose. Unwind from your twist in a quick little counter pose. Just take your left hand out behind you and just reach up and just stretch, because you want to open up your hips and release. And we'll take those stretches on the other side now. So now you're going to extend your left leg to the left, right foot to left inner thigh, and let's take the forward bend first. So face your shoulders toward your toes, walk your hands toward your foot. It's okay if you can't reach it. Just continue to take your chest towards your toes. So working in that direction. Release from your stretch. For the side bend and twist, face your right knee. Take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand towards your left toes. Okay, you can stay right here. You can rest your forearm on the floor. You can reach your hand and bind your toe if that's accessible. And release. For half lord of the fishes, begin to position your knee toward the front of your mat and then take your left foot up and over, stamp it to the floor. Ground your sitting bones, both of them on the floor. You can either hug your left knee with your right arm. You can hook your elbow to the outside of your knee. You can bind your hands around your left leg. Deep belly breaths. Release from your twist. We'll do that quick little counter pose. Just gonna take your right hand to the floor and just stretch and open your hips by lifting up. And go ahead and release down. One last stretch from a seated position. Extend both legs forward now. For seated forward fold. Again, you can walk your hands towards your toes. You can rest them on your shins. Fold over your legs. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Okay, so before we close our practice in Shavasana, I'm gonna offer up an inversion. So you can take whatever inversion you want. You can take legs up the wall, simply reaching your legs up. You can take shoulder stand. You can take tripod headstand, straddle headstand, handstand, whatever you want. If you're in shoulder stand, you can stay there or come into plow pose if that feels good for a stretch for your hamstrings and low back, releasing your feet toward your mat. If you're in plow, you can return to shoulder stand. If you're in any other inversion, go ahead and come on down. All inversions, come on down. Let's go ahead and lay down on your back if you're not already. Hug your knees into your chest. Separate your knees and feet for happy baby pose. And hold on to your calves, shins, feet, toes, rock side to side if that feels good. All right, we did a ton of twisting in class. If you want one more, option to twist before Shavasana. Otherwise, we are on our way to Shavasana. So any other posture movement that you need, take that now. Or if you're just ready for Shavasana, go for it. For Shavasana, you'll just take your legs long on your mat, let your feet fall open. Arms rest alongside your body, palms face up, fingers nice and relaxed. Let's close today with a cleansing breath the same way we began. Breathe in through your nose, hold it at the top. You're ready, release it through your mouth. Back to the natural rhythm of your breathing. Take a quick body scan here. Release any fidgets or tension that you're holding on to in any part of your body. And then just work into a place of stillness, release, and relaxation. If you have the time, please stay in Shavasana for as long as it feels good for your body. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. And today as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste.